Well, hi there. Welcome to Then and Now. This is a little bit of a story time. Today I still have my hot chocolate. I did already one short video. Maybe you can find it somewhere. I didn't give it a name yet, so it's about something about a dream, and this is part two. So if you missed part one, go for part one of the dreams. And today is another story about how you can see the shift. So what is different after you had a belief work session? I imagine it could be anything. You can do with sound healing, with breath work, you can do it with hypnosis, whatever. So I do theta healing, and I also do a process called the Freedom Formula from Nick Bro. And I just love that, because if you're a little bit in your brain and you feel hesitant to go into the subconscious, then this method is kind of nice, because you're like one foot in, 1 foot out. But for brainy people like me, maybe you're brainy too, and you overanalyze, you're in a head, actually going into a meditative state and do some work there is quite relaxing and allows us to just bypass our monkey brain. So story time today is, it has to be a specific way. So the thought, the belief, the perspective I wanted to work on today with my coach was it needs to be a specific way. That led me to when I would put out content here, it has to be a specific way. It needs to be planned out, structures, 5 seconds hook, then the intro, then the hello, it's Alex, I'm a mindset or transformative business coach. And as you can see, I'm like a little bit all over the place. So, but I feel fine. So I don't know if you're gonna stay with me or not, if you're gonna hop off. But honestly, if this is not for you, it's totally okay to hop on to the next video, whatever you're watching. If you say, this is cool, I want to just chill, I don't know, you're cooking or doing whatever, you're laying on the couch and you want to listen, then you will stick with me. Simple as that. So this is part two from that last video, which is about dreams from then and now. And it is about the belief I released today, which was, it needs to look a specific way. It doesn't. It's, you know, life is free to happen to me anyway. I allow it to. And I can be as stressed as I want to be if things are going my way or they're not going my way. So I was really tense about when things wouldn't go my way. So in my real life at the moment, I'm still a CEO in a corporate company. And although I'm quite kind, I'm a cooperative, I'm as well quite red, and you know, I want this my way. You do it now how I want it. And that sometimes, you know, it can be a little bit, draining for my team as well as for me if, you know, we're not wanting to go in the same direction. So it was really something I wanted to work on. And also, actually, the biggest pressure and draining came from myself, because I thought it has to be a very specific way. And if I wouldn't do this, then it wasn't good enough. And it, you know, maybe for you it feels like perfectionism today. It doesn't feel to me like a perfectionism, but definitely has a taste of that. So we did go today, we had a very long session, we almost had 2 hours, but we just, you know, we went with the flow. So at the beginning it was very brainy, we were much into stories, what happened last week, what happened in the past, and I just shared so much of what was happening. This is what we usually do, we just want to be heard, and we want the opposite to fully understand everything about our story. And therefore we go all over the place explaining the stories. The Freedom Formula actually only goes and cares for your feelings. Well, not only, but mainly. So whatever you feel like, we check on, okay, what is below, which feeling is below, and why do you feel this way? And that is usually a one-liner. It doesn't go your sister back then, your brother back then, your mother, your daughter, whatever, your dog, guinea pig. No, it's really this moment, and how do you feel this moment? So as soon as I kind of dumped my brain stuff there in this session And we both agreed of like, come on, Alex, if you want to solve something today, you know, let down the guards and, you know, let's go a bit deeper. So we did that. And as much as I didn't feel a shift at the beginning, at the end of the meditational part, where she just not re-explained, but showed me my better version of myself, that really sunk in. And at the end of the session, you could really, I mean, I felt so tired. At the beginning, I was like, yay, so much energy. But then I just thought, I'm going to take a nap. So I actually ate something, and then I put my binaural beats in there so that I wouldn't go into a deep sleep, and put myself on the couch and closed my eyes. So 3.5 hours later, I woke up. So I guess that was a massive integration time. And the beautiful thing is, now we're coming to the part, the shift was what I dreamt about. And this is also why, this is the part 2, but I gave you a little bit more of context of, you know, how I was before feeling, working, of having it a specific way. And then I shared with you how the coaching went first quiet in my mind, and then it went to the meditation state. And that, I think, is where the shift really happened for me this time again. And then first thinking, oh, this is not going to be a big shift, but then, whoa, this must have been a massive shift, because of the 3.5 hours I slept straight. And I didn't, you know, work out today, and I slept enough during the night. But here it is why it's the second part. It was a dream again. I used to dream similar to the one on the cruise ships. After cruise ships, I continued to work in hotels. Not necessarily in room service or in housekeeping, but somehow, you know, hotels and rooms, that's just almost synonym. And I was looking for my room. Usually it was a dream, which I also had. It's a reoccurring dream. I had quite a lot. And it's usually a nightmare, but not that tense. But I would wake up totally, you know, sweaty and exhausted and frustrated. And while I was usually in the hotel, you know, I would hold books and clothes or bags, you know, looking like a Christmas tree, just really finding this room and going there and noticing that the numbers, you know, when you have even numbers and uneven numbers, sometimes there are swapping. Sometimes you have, let's say, the even numbers in a circle, uneven inner. So depending on how the hotel is built, the building, that's how the room numbers are done. And sometimes it just doesn't make sense. I don't know if you can relate. So I'm there with bags, and I mean, each dream I was carrying something and just trying to keep it all together, trying to be fast, you know, in a break to go to my room, change and come back, or go to the room, freshen up and come back, or, you know, wanting to check out and help others. And I would always get lost. I would just always constantly get lost on the quest of finding my room, and I would never find it. And when I thought I would find it, I found it, then I saw that the numbers switched and something was broken. So it was, you know, these strange things, but I just wouldn't find my room. Or I would go to the wrong level. You know, I need to go to, last stream was 457. I went from 8 to 957. So, and then in that dream, just today, after the session, 3.5 hours dream, at the end, I had again a training. I was again wanting to go from one room to the other. I was carrying many things. And instead of 457, I ended up at 957. I went up instead of down. And then I was exhausted, tired, frustrated again, feeling like, oh, please, not again, for Christ's sake, just, And then I pushed the button for the elevator. It was a huge elevator which opened up, and it actually looked like my mom's living room, I'm just thinking now. But the main thing was that there was a woman inside. And she, you know, she was dressed like a housekeeping lady, looked rather wise and calm. And she said, yeah, come in. And I was like, oh my God, I need to go down. And where am I again? She's like, come in, sit down at the table and we'll figure things out. And she was there at the big board pushing some buttons. And me, I'm still like, oh my God, but I need to go. And suddenly everything fell off my shoulders. And she just smiled at me, did her thing. I put my books on the table, the clothes and the bag on the floor, and I sat. And the nice thing was that during the dream, I was actually aware that the shift happened. So the dream was different in that I again met a person who helped me, and I let her help me. I guess I could lean on her, and she didn't make a big deal out of it. It was just very nice. So that was, from my perspective, the shift. And to me, that was big, just the way it felt. And that is what I wanted to share, why I was inspired to share this. I'm gonna upload this video and hope this gives you a good example of how a shift can look for you. And look around, there are plenty of more. If I'm still in the process now at the beginning to upload them, it will take some time, but stay tuned, there will be more to come. Thank you so much, and keep your eyes open for shifts that prove to you that it did work when you came out of a session with your coach. It could be any kind of methodology, but if you do believe work and you're going really to the bottom of it, it needs some integration time. For me, it always happens super, super quick. Sometimes I can feel the shift right then and there. Sometimes it happens after I'm sleeping. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 days later. It really depends. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna share more, and have a great day. Bye.